It is an honor for me being here today and having my work included in the Women of Appalachia exhibit. And my name is Marlene. I like to think my art is more than my paintings, but of how I choose to live my life and how I am moved to express the many emotions that often fill me to overflowing. Painting is one of the venues that I use to do that. The essence of my art is narrative, in that it tells a story, and for me is a visual journal of what is going on in my life at the time. Inspiration comes to me from my inner life and isn't always clear when I begin a painting, just as in the world of dream and imagination, life isn't always clear. Inspiration for me may come from a dream, a flash picture in my mind, or pure emotion itself, which becomes so full that I need a receptacle to capture it. Since women are symbolically representative of emotion, they play a big role in all of my artwork. Thread is a recurring theme in much of my work, and Thread of Life is part of a series of COVID-related paintings that I began in 2020 as a way of processing the many emotions I was grappling with during the pandemic. And it wasn't until the painting was completed that I understood the story it was relating to me. The magic of it is that the story it tells can be different for everyone, and that, like thread, it is our stories that connect and hold us together. The next painting, The Foreboding, oh, I didn't know that one was going to be there. The Foreboding was painted in January of 2020. I had seen a photo of a woman's face whose emotion resonated to something similar within me, and I knew I had to paint her. I dressed her up in my mind's eye and placed her in a stark scene. I remember being somewhat disturbed by the painting after completing it. It felt nostalgic and like I was saying goodbye to a dear friend. I have found often that the first painting of each year is a good forecast of what the flavor of the year may be for me. And January began with the fires raging in Australia and a deep sense of foreboding with what was to come. At that time, I didn't know we would have a pandemic. The next painting, this is a woman of Appalachia. She's a friend that lives close by. This was the beginning of a long portrait art that has continued for me. It was an exploration of working with people in the real. Like before, I was always working from my imagination, and this shows that I started to look at what was out there and started with this, and I explored palette and working with oils, and it's a little bit of a departure in style of what I usually do. And the exploration continues even now with portraits continue a lot in my work now, as well as doing different things with digital tools and apps and even live Zoom models. And you can see more of my work and what I'm doing in recent times on my Instagram at WaterSpider3. And thank you for taking the time to listen. And That's it.
Thank you, Marlene. Nicole?